carbylamine reaction, which is given only by primary amines. Okay. Now, here we are going to discuss about the next chemical property, that is reaction with HNO2, nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid. Okay. So, how this reaction will happen? Now, here I am taking the RNH2, primary amine. Here, so primary amine when treated with HNO2, okay, in presence of what? NaNO2 plus HCl. Then here we will get the Rn2 plus Cl minus. Rn2 plus Cl minus is called as what? Diazonium salt. Let me write here. This is said to be diazonium chloride. Diazonium chloride. Okay. This diazonium chloride when undergo hydrolysis. This diazonium chloride when undergo hydrolysis. Clear? So now what happened? HCl part is removed out from here. So what is the product formed here? Alcohol plus N2 plus HCl. Alcohol plus N2 plus HCl. Completed. Now, for example, let me take one primary amine. This is the aniline, C6H5NH2 aniline. Clear? So, aniline when treated with HNO2 in presence of what? NaNO2 plus HCl. Okay. Then here, same like the previous case, what we will get here? C6H5N2 plus Cl minus. C6H5N2 plus Cl minus. So, what is the name of this one? This is said to be benzene diazonium chloride. This is said to be benzene diazonium chloride. C6H5N2 plus Cl minus. Benzene diazonium chloride is formed here. So this is the reaction with HNO2. Clear everyone? Right. Let us enter into next chemical property then. Okay. So next chemical property is reaction with aryl sulfonyl chloride. Aryl sulfonyl chloride. Okay. This is called as the Hinsberg's reagent. Hinsberg's reagent. Okay. Now, what is the reaction behind the Hinsberg reagent then here? So this is the aryl sulfonyl chloride, Hinsberg reagent. Now, when it is treated with primary amine, so this is the primary amine. Clear? Now what happened? Here HCl is removed out. Clear? HCl is removed out. So what is the final product formed here? S double bonded O, double bonded O, okay, NHC2H5. What is the name of this product? This is said to be N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. This is said to be N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. Clear? And in this N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide, this hydrogen is there, na? See clearly. That is bonded to more electronegative hydrogen. So that is called as what? Acidic hydrogen. So because of that acidic hydrogen, this is soluble in alkali. This is soluble in alkali. Clear? Then what about secondary amine then? Okay. Now let us take same Hinsberg reagent again. S double bonded O, double bonded OCl. This is Hinsberg reagent. Okay. Now this is reacting with a secondary amine. Reacting with a secondary amine. So here same again, HCl is removed out. HCl is removed out. Clear? Then what is the product formed here? So again same, S double bonded O, double bonded O, N C2H5, C2H5. Clear? Then what is the name of this one? It is a tertiary amide, N-N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. N-N diethyl benzene sulfonamide. But here there is no acidic hydrogen. Clear? There is no acidic hydrogen. So it is insoluble in alkali. Clear? Insoluble in alkali. So this is the secondary amine. Clear everyone? So try to understand. Secondary amine will give amide which is insoluble in alkali. Whereas in case of first one, primary amine will give amide which is soluble in alkali. Try to understand here. Primary amine will give one sulfonamide which is soluble in alkali. Secondary amine will give one sulfonamide which is insoluble in alkali. Clear? Then what about the tertiary then? Tertiary amines reaction. Okay. So this is the aryl sulfonyl chloride Hinsberg reagent. Now here let me take the tertiary amine C2H5 N C2H5 C2H5. Clear? Now did you observe the first step here? HCl removal. Here also first step is what? HCl removal. Am I right? But there is no H here to remove HCl. Therefore here what happened? No reaction. Reaction will not happen. Reaction will not happen. So this is a distinguishing test for primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Primary amine will react with Hinsberg reagent to give one amide which is soluble in alkali. secondary amine will react with Hinsberg reagent to give one amide which is insoluble in alkali, and tertiary amine no reaction only. Hope you are able to understand this one. Clear? So this is a distinguishing test for primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Primary, secondary and tertiary amines are distinguished by Hinsberg reagent. Followed. Now let us enter into next chemical property, that is the electrophilic substitution. Electrophilic substitution. Okay. Electrophilic substitution. Clear? Now here I am taking now aniline. Okay. So remember everyone, in aniline this NH2 group is there na? NH2 group is the orthopara directing group. It is the orthopara directing group. Here next it is the ring activator. Okay, remember all orthopara directing groups are ring activators. That is in general true. Clear everyone? It is orthopara directing group and ring activator. So in this electrophilic substitution, three reactions are there: bromination, nitration, sulfonation. Only three. Now first one. Okay, so first one is what? Bromination. First one is the bromination. Followed everyone? So how bromination reaction will happen, that we are going to see. So aniline, when treated with 3 moles of bromine with polar solvents like water, then what happened? All ortho-para positions are occupied by bromine here, like this. All ortho-para positions are occupied by bromine, and here we will get HBr as the byproduct. Clear? Now what is the name of this one, tell me? So this is called as the 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. This is said to be 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. Okay, and remember here 3 bromines are there. You see 3 bromines are there. 3 bromines are substituted. So it is called as the tri-substituted product. It is called as the tri-substituted product. Clear? But if I want only mono-substituted product, I want only 1 bromine should be substituted. Clear? What to do then? I want only mono-substituted product here. So what to do? For that, one method is there. That method I am telling you here. So see clearly. This is the aniline. Clear? Now this aniline, when treated with acetic anhydride, CH3, C double bonded O, O, C double bonded O, CH3. This is called acetic anhydride. Clear? Acetic anhydride. Then what happened here? Acetic acid is removed out. CH3COOH. Followed? Now, after removing the acetic acid, then here, see clearly, the thing left over is NH, C double bonded O, CH3. Okay. So, this is called as what? Acetanilide. Acetanilide. Okay. This acetanilide is also orthopara director only. It is also orthopara director, but it is a weak ring activator. It is also ring activator only, but weak. Why it is weak? Why? Because here also on nitrogen a lone pair is there. Clear? Now it has to give lone pair to the benzene ring. At the same time, this lone pair is in conjugation with the pi bond of oxygen also. Clear? Therefore, its donating tendency, lone pair donating tendency decreased. Clear? That is the reason why it is very weak ring activator. It is very weak ring activator. Followed? So now what happened? When this undergo bromination, as I told you, ortho and para both are formed, but I am taking only para because para is the major product in general. Clear? So here I am taking now NH, C double bonded O, CH3 at para position bromine. What is the name of this compound then? This is said to be para bromo acetanilide. Para bromo acetanilide. Clear? Para bromo acetanilide. This para bromo acetanilide, when further undergo hydrolysis, para bromo acetanilide, when further undergo hydrolysis, then once you see now, again, let us remove the acetic acid here, CH3COOH. Then the H which is left over, that will be bonded to nitrogen here. Followed everyone? Then here, what we will get here? NH2 and Br. So what is this one? This is the para bromoaniline. Para bromoaniline. Now here you see only one bromine is substituted, so it is mono substituted product. So if you want mono substituted product, you have to do acylation with acetic anhydride. If you want to get mono substituted product, so you have to do acylation with acetic anhydride. Then you will get the mono substituted product here. Clear everyone? And if you take bromine water, you will get tri-substituted products. Hope you are able to understand. This is bromination. Okay, now next one, nitration. Next one, nitration. Clear? Now how to do the nitration? Now see clearly, this is the aniline NH2. So when aniline undergo nitration with HNO3 and H2SO4, aniline will undergo nitration with nitric acid and sulfuric acid. As I told you, NH2 group is orthopara director. Hope you are able to understand that one. Okay, so NH2 orthopara director. So we have to get here ortho and para isomers. Clear everyone? Ortho and para isomers. This is para isomer. Okay, Remember everyone, interestingly, here we will get the meta isomer also. Okay, ortho, meta, para. All the three we will get here. Are you followed? Ortho, meta, para. All the three will get. Actually, we have to get ortho and para only. But why meta isomer is forming? That is important here. Why meta isomer is forming here? Is it clear?
Not clear.
So ortho, meta and para isomers are forming. But why meta isomer is forming? Okay, what is the reason for the meta isomer that we are going to see now? So this is the aniline, nitrogen carry lone pair, HNO3 and H2SO4 are acids. Acids will liberate H plus ion. Followed, so nitrogen will donate lone pair to H plus ion. Okay, after donating, then what you will get here? This one. Okay, so what is the name of this one? This is called as the anilinium ion. This anilinium ion is a meta director. Anilinium ion is a meta director. Okay, so because of this anilinium ion, which is a meta director, that is the reason why we are getting this meta product. That is the reason why we are getting the meta product due to the formation of the anilinium ion. Clear? Reason for the meta product. Here also, if I want only mono substituted product, okay, here also, if I want only mono substituted product, again we have to do acylation, same like the previous case, CH3, C double bonded O, O, C double bonded O, CH3, acetic anhydride. Clear? Now, see clearly, here acetic acid is removed out. Acetic acid is removed out here. Okay, then here what happened? What is the thing that is formed here? I told you it is acetanilide. In the previous case, I told you acetanilide is a very weak ring activator. Clear? It is a very weak ring activator. Very weak ring activator. Okay, then this on nitration with HNO3 and H2SO4, we will get ortho and para isomers, but para is major. Here, para is major. This is para nitroacetanilide. Clear? This is para nitroacetanilide. Followed, and this para nitroacetanilide, when further undergo hydrolysis, okay, now what happened here? Again, acetic acid is removed out. Then this hydrogen is bonded to this nitrogen. Okay, then here what happened? NH2 and NO2. So this is called as what? Para-nitroaniline. Para-nitroaniline, and you see here only one NO2 group is substituted. So this is a mono substituted product. Please copy quickly. Completed. Then nitration completed. Then after sulfonation, sulfonation, okay. So now aniline, clear. So aniline when treated with sulfuric acid, okay, then here we will get NH3 plus HSO4 minus, clear. Okay, this is called as what? Anilinium hydrogen sulfate. This is called as anilinium hydrogen sulfate. Completed, everyone. This anilinium hydrogen sulfate on heating, this anilinium hydrogen sulfate on heating, okay, this on heating, it undergo rearrangement. It undergo rearrangement like this. Rearrangement, clear. So what is the name of this one? This is called as the sulfanilic acid. This is called as the sulfanilic acid. Clear. And now here one important point I want to discuss here. Clear, everyone? So what is that one? Now, for example, here I will take sulfanilic acid. Here I will take the sulfanilic acid. Clear. This sulfanilic acid, what happened? Okay. Let me round up on hydrogen. This hydrogen is there now. This hydrogen may go from here to here. Again, it will come back also. So it is a reversible process. Follow? It is a reversible process. Then here, what you will get here? See clearly. Here you will get the NH3 plus, and here you will get the SO3 minus. SO3 minus. So the ion which is formed here, the ion which is formed here is called as the Zwitter ion. The ion which is formed here is Zwitter ion. Clear? About Zwitter ion you will read in your biology very clearly. Just in chemistry it is not that much depth is there. Is it clear everyone? Zwitter ion. The ion formed due to the transfer of H plus ion from one position to other is called as the Zwitter ion. Followed everyone? Followed? In aniline, two parts are there. One is aniline, one is diazonium salts. Aniline part is completed. Aniline part is completed. Now, the other part is the diazonium salts. Clear? The other part is the diazonium salts. Is everything clear? Diazonium salts. This is the last part of the organic chemistry. By this, organic chemistry will be completed. Followed. So now, what is the general formula? General formula of diazonium salts is Rn2 plus X minus. N2 plus X minus. Okay. What is R here? R may be alkyl or may be aryl also. R may be alkyl, may be aryl. Clear? Then what is X minus then? X minus may be Cl minus or Br minus, Cl minus, Br minus, HSO4 minus, etc. Cl minus, Br minus, HSO4 minus, etc. Completed. Then we are going to see preparation method. Only one preparation method is there here. Only one preparation method is there, which is called as the diazotization. Diazotization. Okay. Now, what is this diazotization? So here, let me write here diazotization. Now, here, let me take aniline C6H5NH2 aniline. So, this aniline, when treated with NaNO2 plus HCl, aniline, when treated with NaNO2 plus HCl, then here we will get C6H5 N2 plus Cl minus. Okay, this is called as the benzene diazonium chloride. This is called as the benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, what are the byproducts formed then here? Byproducts are NaCl, sodium chloride plus 2H2O. Clear? Now, preparation method completed. Next is the physical properties. Physical properties, very less properties are there. Okay, so first of all, C6H5N2 plus Cl minus benzene diazonium chloride is a colorless crystalline solid. It is a colorless crystalline solid. Colorless crystalline solid. Clear? And remember everyone, it is stable in cold water. It is stable in cold water. That means it do not react with cold water. Okay, but reacts with warm water. But it reacts with warm water. Remember. Write quickly. These are the two physical properties. I hope it is completed. Okay. Now, let us enter into chemical properties then. Chemical properties. Chemical properties. Okay. In that first chemical property. First chemical property is replacement by halide ion. Replacement by halide ion. replacement by halide ion. Okay. Now here see clearly ArN2 plus Cl minus benzene diazonium chloride. What is Ar? Aromatic ring. Okay, so now this one when treated with Cu2Cl2 by HCl, then what you will get here? Chlorobenzene plus N2 chlorobenzene plus N2. Okay, then after Cu2Br2 by HBr, then this is the bromobenzene plus N2. Then next one CuCN by KCN. Okay, so this is called as the cyanobenzene plus N2. Clear? And remember everyone, these reactions are called as Gattermann's reaction, completed. Now let us enter into second chemical property then. Okay, second one, but second one no heading is there. Okay, so simply you write here. Now let me take here benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride when treated with copper by HCl, then what you will get here? Chlorobenzene plus N2. Chlorobenzene plus N2. Similarly, Cu by HBr. Then you are getting here bromobenzene plus N2. I think previous one, some mistake is there in this one. These reactions are called Sandmeyer. Sorry, I made a mistake here. These reactions are called Sandmeyer's reactions. Okay, these reactions are called Gattermann. Sorry, please make a change here. These reactions are called as the Gattermann reactions. Completed. Let us take the third chemical property. Write quickly, everyone. Now, third chemical property. Okay, so see clearly, benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, reacting with Ki potassium iodide. Then here you are getting ARI, iodobenzene, plus KCl plus N2, iodobenzene plus KCl plus N2. This is the way of getting iodobenzene. Followed. Then next chemical property. Now next one, benzene diazonium chloride. When treated with fluoroboric acid, then here we will get one intermediate, Ar N2 plus BF4 minus. Clear? Intermediate is formed here. This intermediate on heating gives fluorobenzene plus N2 plus boron trifluoride Please write quickly. Now, the next chemical property. That is the fifth one. Okay. So, write down benzene diazonium chloride plus H3PO2 metaphosphorus acid plus water. H3PO2 name also write down, metaphosphorus acid, its name. Clear? Then what are the products formed here? ARH. ARH means what? Benzene plus H3PO3 phosphorus acid plus nitrogen plus HCl Hope you are able to understand this one. Okay. In this one only one more property is also there. So same benzene diazonium chloride when treated with ethanol C2H5OH. Okay. Then same here also we will get benzene plus ethanol CH3CHO plus N2 plus HCl completed. Sixth chemical property. Okay. Now this is the benzene diazonium chloride when treated with water. When treated with water, then we will get phenol plus N2 plus HCl finished, I think so. Okay. Next is again next chemical property. So next one, benzene diazonium chloride when treated with the HbF4 fluoroboric acid. Fluoroboric acid. Okay. Then here we will get one intermediate N2 plus BF4 minus N2 plus BF4 minus. Okay. And this N2 plus BF4 minus when heated with NaNO2, then here nitrobenzene is left over plus N2 plus boron trifluoride. Boron trifluoride. Okay. Then eighth chemical property, and this is the last property called as coupling reactions. Followed Now, in this one, two reactions are there. In coupling reactions, two are there. So, this is benzene diazonium chloride. Clear? This benzene diazonium chloride, when treated with phenol. So, this is the phenol. Benzene diazonium chloride is treated with phenol. Followed. So, here HCl is removed out. HCl is removed out here. Completed. Then what is the product that is formed here that we are going to see now? So the product formed is N double bonded N. Then here OH group will be as it is. Okay. What is the name of this one? This is called as the para hydroxy azobenzene. Para hydroxy azobenzene. Okay. Para hydroxy azobenzene. And remember everyone, this para hydroxy azobenzene is there now. It is a orange color dye. It is a orange color dye. In the preparation of dyes, it is used. Orange color dye. In this one more important reaction is there. In this coupling reactions, two rings are coupled here. Okay, so this is the benzene diazonium chloride. This is aniline. Benzene diazonium chloride plus aniline. Followed. So similarly here also HCl is removed out. HCl is removed out. Clear? Then what is the product formed here? N double bonded N. Then here NH2. So what is the name of this one? It is said to be para amino azobenzene. Para amino azobenzene. Clear? It is a yellow colored dye. It is a yellow colored dye. Completed. Remember everyone, by this organic chemistry entirely completed for the 12th class. And still 3 lessons are there: biomolecules, chemistry in everyday life, polymers, that we will see after completing physical and inorganic. But the main track of organic is completed. I hope so. From Monday onwards, physical chemistry will start, I think so. Okay. So thank you one and all. Have a nice day, and thanks for your cooperation for all these days in listening organic chemistry patiently from my side. Okay. I wish a good luck to one and all. Thank you everyone.